Hey, what's up boys? Welcome back to another video, and today we're going over the top 10 games that I played this year. Just because they weren't in 2020 doesn't mean that they can't be on this list. So there are games that are from 2020 and that I personally enjoyed a lot, but most of the games are going to be coming from 2020. Oh, and this list is perfect, and if you say anything otherwise, you're wrong. Thank you, and enjoy the show. So I want to start off with saying this is going to be more of like a top 13 list rather than like a top 10, because there wasn't a specific top 10 I wanted to put in. I also wanted to put in a few like honorable mentions. And the first one is going to be Holdfast, and Holdfast, oh my god, it is just, I'll just play a clip.
Oh!
I have to run so far now. I want to be a horse person.
Wait,
So yeah, Holdfast is a pretty funny game. Just going in with the boys and screaming, like going into battle, just going in, having a great time, just with the voice chat and just messing around. All the things that you can do just made me want to put Holdfast as an honorable mention at number 13. Alright, anyway, so my next game I want to talk about is Dead Space 3. And this game gets shit on so much. It was made by EA, which everybody loves that company, right? Anyway, EA added some things to this game, like, for example, they added real enemy humans that are not like the actual like necromorphs that you see in the other games. They actually shoot at you and stuff, and people just really didn't like this. Now me, I didn't have any problem with it. The other thing that they added was currency. They added like you can exchange currency, so like whatever money you have, you can exchange it for actual in-game things to make you better. So basically pay to win. That is garbage, and that shouldn't be in the game, but I don't judge the game for doing that. It's just EA being shitty. Anyway, Visceral, which is the company that actually makes the game, actually put a lot of work into this game. They added a repair, there's like a system for all the weapons, and it is really, really well done in this game, and you can tell they actually put their heart and soul into that. Anyway, the game doesn't just, it's not like the other games. The first two are more like, they're based in specific areas. Like the first game is just based on the USSG Ishimura, which is it's a mining ship, and basically the entire game takes place there. The second game is more diverse, but the third game is where like you start off in ships, and there's a lot of ships that it's like a big home world kind of, I don't know, there's like 5 ships you can go to, and there's like a way to go to each one. There's like side missions you can do through this part. Anyway, that's like the first part of the game. The second part of the game is this ice planet, and the ice planet is pretty, I honestly I thought it was gonna suck, but it kept up the same kind of hype that I had for the game, and this game just never disappointed me. I love the combat. It's so fun to just shoot shit over and over again, and things just coming at you over. The difficulty's good. I don't think I had any problem with just having to do something over and over again, which is a problem with plenty of other games I've played. I think overall the game just hits the mark, and I love Dead Space, and then when the third game came out, it just made it so much better. So that's all I gotta say about that game. The next game on my list is Spelunky 2, which is coming in at number 11. I think Spelunky 2 is the definition of Dark Souls, where you just want to keep going back in over and over and over again, even though you feel like you'll never do it. But it's the game that just continues to get more fun the farther you get in, the more chaotic it gets, or even sometimes you don't even need that, oh yeah, I'm gonna beat it. You just want to go in and have a good time, like throw around a rock and kill all your teammates, or I don't know, just you don't necessarily have to go in and super try hard to have a good time in this game, and I think it's just needed to be in here regardless of it being pretty much an honorable mention. Anyway, Spelunky 2 coming in at number 11. Have you ever wanted to go to karaoke after defeating a mafia boss? Well, here's the game for you. It's called Yakuza 0. In this game, you can literally do anything you ever wanted to do. You want to go talk to Michael Jackson? Go talk to Michael Jackson. You want to go talk to a mafia boss who's killed like over 300 people? Go talk to him. You want to go do real estate? Go do real estate. Do you want to own the entire city? Go ahead, own the entire city. This game, you can do whatever you want. This game is just so expansive. You can do so much stuff. Not to mention, the story is actually really good too. There's some actual pretty good moments in the game that actually got me going. Anyway, the game just has so much stuff in it, and I just wanted to talk about it. Yakuza 0 coming in at number 9. Alright, this next game speaks for itself. Just take a look at this clip.
No, Omar, no. Wait, really? Pardon? What? What the fuck? You're fucking joking me!
What? It's chasing my ass!
It's going after Omar.
Help! 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 Please! Please, someone help! Someone
Omar, just keep running. Try to hide if you can.
Run! Run!
Oh, this is so fucking funny.
Help! Help!
Yeah, so basically, Phasmophobia is super fun to play with friends, and the screaming is so over the top, it's funny as fuck. Basically, play this game if you haven't already played it with a group of friends. It is so fun. That's literally all I need to say. Persona 4 Golden is the next game on our list. I don't really know what to say about this game. That's why I've just been like thinking. It's a game. I'm pretty sure that's true. There's like animal crackers in the game. I remember that. Kind of just remember kill God and murder. Yeah, that's about it. It's a good game though. Coming in at number 7, we have Sekiro, and yeah, I know this is a 2019 game. I should have talked about it last year, but I actually didn't get to it until this year, when most of my friends also started playing it, and that kind of got me going to play it too, because this game is hard. There are some times where you will spend hours on bosses, only to be shut down and not even beat that boss. You'll have to come back to it later, but eventually you'll beat it. And that's what this game is. It's a challenge, and it's very, very, very well done, but it makes you salty. Some of the bosses in this game are super, super well done. Then there's others that I wish never existed anyway. The bosses in this game are really sick, well done, the music's good, the scenery is amazing. Just going around the Japanese kind of samurai areas, just, I don't know, just especially Fountainhead Palace. Fountainhead Palace looks amazing. And every time I go there, it's just something new. Oh yeah, and there's also Big Snake. That's about it. Coming in at number 6, we have Warzone, which the original Modern Warfare actually came out in 2019, and I played the shit out of it. I mostly stopped playing it around April, but between April and January, I played a lot of Modern Warfare, including Warzone, and Warzone was so fun to play with friends. Overall, it's such a good battle royale, and I've heard people say it's super balanced and stuff. It is balanced, but then there's cars and trucks, and I've made a video on the trucks in this game. They are broken. Anyway, it had some really fun moments. It's really intense, and it's actually pretty competitive. Overall, it's just a really fun experience.
I have an idea. I know how we win this game.
I'm gonna be the big puss.
Gee, I wonder who it is. I wasn't AFK. It's Jack. I was just sitting on
You
Biden.
fucking Jack. Why do you have
Jack
to
got
kill
it
me
twice
first
in a
both
row.
times? You killed me first both times, like a fucking.
If this is you, then just accept it. You're bad at the game, you should stop playing, and that's what I would say if that's how Among Us was. But Among Us is a really fun game because you don't actually have to be good at it to have fun. Among Us is one of those games where you can basically do whatever the hell you want. You can go around, oh, I don't want to kill anyone this game, but I'm the imposter. For me, the amount of diversity each game might have, like, oh, this game, I'm the imposter and I have a crazy strategy, and then the next game, you'll have this terrible strategy, everyone sees that it's you, but no one sells you out because it's just funny and you're just trying to have a good time. You don't have to necessarily win to have a good time, too, because you can just go around and be like, oh yeah, I know this guy's the imposter, but he wasn't the imposter, so everyone votes him off, and you throw super hard, but at least you had a good time. Just set a challenge for yourself. Try this. Do this challenge. Try this strategy. Try to trick your friends and make them yell at each other while you're just laughing on the sidelines the whole time. You can basically do any strategy you want in Among Us, and that's what makes it so fun. Coming at number 5, we have Among Us. The next game, I actually have no idea why I decided to play this. Just one day I was like, you know what? Why don't I play Silent Hill 2, which is coming at number 4. Silent Hill 2 is a weird game. The way that the story finishes is really well done. I love how the endings work. Everything you do in the game changes the way your ending is. So like if you take more damage, that could be an ending. A lot of things factor into that, but each ending is also very cool. The one thing is this game is too old. I really like this game needs a remaster. If it got a remaster, it'd probably be like one of the best games of all time. I don't know why it hasn't yet, because it's so good. It's just like it gets held back by the fact that it's just like really clunky and older. Like all the things that make it old make it probably some of those things, if you took them out, it would be bad. But other things, like if some things got like just looked a bit nicer, like at the time for a PS2 game, this game actually looks pretty nice. But overall, the game just, I don't know, so it had a lasting effect on me. There's a part at the end of the game that just hits really hard, and I don't know, just makes you rethink a lot of things. And then I do have to say, like, boss fights in this game are so bad. There are a few exceptions to that I actually had fun playing, but like there's bosses in this game that just, you're in a room, shotgun, shoot them a ton of times, dodge, shoot them a ton of times, that's it. Then there's other bosses that were much better and more interesting. Actually going around like and walking around is probably more fun than most of the bosses. Like there's this one part in the hospital of the game where there's like a ton of these evil nurse things that have like knives, and it's just running through this shit. It was so fun and just so tense because I was so low the whole time. I think that this game's like feel of being old, it definitely helps it, but at the same time, if it was remastered, it'd probably be better. I don't really know. I just hope they would do it right, because lately the Silent Hill games apparently sucked. I actually haven't played any of the other ones. I just heard 2 was the best, so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna give this a try. This year I've been trying to play a lot of the classic games, go back and just see what they were like and why they were so good and well known. I think this game's music is also really well done. Like, some of it's creepy, some of it's like, I don't know, like walking around the town, there's like a jazz kind of theme that's just good. Walking around the town is also super cool. There's like places that you can explore, like, I don't know, you go into this small building and there's like an item there or something, I don't know, but just going around the town is pretty cool, and the town expands as like you go on, there's more things you can go to. The voice acting, this is a very good reason why the game needs a remaster. The voice acting sometimes is so terribly bad. I will pull a clip up just for this.
I was weak. That's why I needed you. Needed someone to punish me for my sins. But that's all over now. I know the truth. Now it's time to end this.
So this scene kind of shows off both sides of the game. At one point you have really good, like, emotional kind of scene, but it all gets taken away by the fact that something just looks terrible, or there's terrible voice acting. It's just the game being older just has a serious effect on, like, really cool emotional moments that have a lot of meaning. Overall, the message here is basically that the game is really, really great in so many ways, but it really needs a remaster, and that's why I can only go at number 4. So, following the trend of the last game, I never thought I'd play these games this year, and this spot goes to a more collection of games. I probably would have given it to the second game, but I'd rather just talk about all 3 of them as a whole, because I played all 3 of them this year. Those games are the Danganronpa games, which I actually ended up liking way more than I thought I would. Essentially, the game is where these high schoolers have to go into a school and kill each other in order to escape. And that's extremely, extremely broad, but the idea and the way it's executed, I like. I think this game is one of those games where not necessarily the execution is as important to me as the idea. And they really just needed to execute it pretty well, rather than really well, to make it a game that I really, really like. I think that atmosphere is definitely the most important factor in this game. You can see it in the songs, like some of the music just walking around the school, and I don't know, getting introduced to characters, and just a feel to everything that you do in this game. And when it gets taken away in the next 2 games, it's something different about the next 2 games. You can always tell there's something missing. That's why, overall, the series, each game has its own, I'd say, like, specific thing that it does super, super well. Like, first game, it's atmosphere. Second game, it's characters. Third game, I wouldn't say it's necessarily true. I think it's probably between those 2. It's kind of splits that in half. I think it takes something from both of the first 2 games. And I think overall, the game where it really shines is atmosphere of that whole closed situation where you don't think you're really gonna escape. Anyway, that's number 3. Alright, number 2 on our list is Persona 5 Royal. And this is a great game that honestly, I easily could have put at 1, but I didn't, because I think a game that came out in 2020 is way more deserving of a game that came out in 2019 that's only DLC. Now, regardless of this, Persona 5 Royal did actually come out in 2020. It's only 10 hours of DLC plus 2 new characters. I don't think it's really a full game, and I don't think it deserves the #1 spot on this list. Regardless of that, it's a really great game, and it still builds on what the first game did. I think the story, the characters, or the combat is just very, very well done, and yeah, the game basically does so many things right that pretty much anyone can find some enjoyment out of if they really just took the time to play it, even if it is 100 hours of game. It really has a lot of things to shine, and it really is a great game that completely deserving the #2 spot on this list. Coming in at #2, we have Persona 5 Royal. Last but not least, we have coming in at #1, Hades. And Hades did it all. It was a game, a roguelike, that created an amazing story that no roguelike had really done before. Has amazing combat, really builds on that combat by adding a ton of features. And all those features come in to make every single run that you have a totally different experience. And rather than make a ending that, oh yeah, you beat the game once, it's all over. No, if you beat the game once, that's only the first ending. You can get multiple endings, and if you keep going, eventually there's a really good ending. I actually haven't made it that far yet, but I really just wanted to show my appreciation for this game because its combat and story are just really, really something else. Anyway, the art style is also very, very nice, and I think all these things build up to create an amazing game that actually came out this year, so I can legally put it here without any angry comments in the video. Anyway, I think this is a great game, and I think it is completely deserving of the #1 spot. Coming in at #1, we have Hades.